Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you all the stuff you haven't seen that I've actually done to this black BMW E60. Now I know a lot of you have probably thought that I've actually forgot about this car and been doing other things and not even bothered with this car, but that's far from the truth. I've actually been extremely busy with this car, restoring it and making it look absolutely pristine again. We've only got the last thing to do, which is to polish it, which I'm going to do over 24 hours, use cutting compound, polish it and bring this car back to looking absolutely pristine. But I'm going to be showing you everything I've actually fitted and why I've actually not recorded this, because I've been extremely busy doing this car to obviously restore it, because to be honest, I do want to be driving it and using it again because I'm actually missing it. And not only that, you know, I want it back on the road in its former glory, because it's going to drive like absolutely brand new again based on everything I've basically done on this car. And you've got to remember, I did all the control arms, track rod ends, front and rears, all on this, and I've done all the brakes. And that was even before I actually had my shop. So I ain't even drove it, I ain't even had the tracking sorted yet. This car's gonna drive like an absolute dream. But I want to show you today what I've actually done on this car. So the first thing, guys, if you can see here, we've actually put a new driver's rear door on. I actually replaced the whole door. I managed to find the new door in the exact color, and I did say this during a video, and I have replaced it, and look how pristine the door looks now. It's a new door, actually come off a low mileage E60 carbon black, exactly like this, and I replaced the door. When I actually got the old door, the window regulator wasn't actually working, so I had to take out my one out of the old door, pull it all inside this one. Many of you guys said about taking the glass out of my old door and pull it in here. That's exactly what I did at the same time, because I removed the glass from the old door that I actually had, so my tints actually match. The only one that don't match is this quarter window here, which isn't an issue. We can get that off and get that retinted. Apart from that, I managed to install the exact same glass as well, because I had to do the window regulator. So we now have a new door in it, and you can see how nice and clean it really looks. I'll also show you something else. The next thing you'll notice is that I replaced this side fender as well. So I replaced this whole fender. I got a new one, found it again from the exact same car, that door come off, and I put it on here. The fender had no damage, was absolutely pristine. The other fender that I actually had on here had obviously paint flaking off. The lacquer had obviously started coming off. It basically needed to be sanded and resprayed from obviously bird feces going on it and just destroying the paintwork. Now we've completely restored it, put a new wing on it, it's blending. Everything's matched absolutely perfectly with the paintwork. I didn't think it would, because, you know, bearing in mind if it was a low mileage example and garaged and cared for, the paintwork may have looked a bit newer than it did on this car, but it didn't. It actually all blending perfectly. So we've got a whole new fender on here, brand new fender, everything lined up perfectly. I'm really happy. Now there's no paint flaking off or lacquer peel on it. That's the new fender on. That's another job I actually done as well. So it's got the whole new fender on here as well. And that's now done on the car. So now we don't have to worry about that anymore. The other side, which is the passenger side, was absolutely flawless. Didn't have a mark anywhere on that side. It was mostly all the driver's side that got really kind of battered and damaged. And that's why, like I said, I've addressed nearly every issue that's had a problem. As I said, it did have a minor lacquer peel going down here, but it looked horrible. So it was just cheaper for me to buy a new wing than to get a respray, sand it all down. And again, I didn't want to make it look newer than the whole car. So it was just easier for me to buy a new fender, which was only £50, pull it on, and now it's blending with the car, and it still looks that timeless design and aged the same, you know what I mean, with like all the other paint, instead of getting a respray. Next one I've done, guys, is I bought a whole new set of mirrors for this E60. So you can see here now I've got no corrosion on them. These actually come off someone's E60, where before he was breaking it, he actually just purchased a brand new set of mirrors, and these come off a sapphire black E60, and obviously you just changed the mirror covers to your own ones. These were my old ones off my old mirrors, which matched the car, carbon black. But yes, these come off a sapphire black E60. The guy actually only just bought them, he said to me, a year ago, because his were all corroded and everything from BMW. And he actually put them on, and he was sending them. I found them for a really good price for both sides. No corrosion, no bubbling, no nothing. I think it was £45 for the two of them, and I was really surprised. They come off an SE model, but SE, M Sport, doesn't really matter. They're all the same. They all fit the same, and these ones exactly did. They fitted perfectly. My mirrors went straight in as well. Obviously, we've got the anti-dazzle mirrors on here, so the mirrors fitted as well. But there's no corrosion whatsoever underneath the mirror as well. It's just a lot easier than taking it to a body shop again for the price. Body shop would have charged a lot more just to respray them, do them. And yes, I could have done it myself. But as many people say, they go and respray this the same color as the car, but realistically, I want to try and keep it as original as possible, and that's what I've done. So I found these, and providing I look after them, not out in the rain, not out in all bad weather constantly, these should last on the car and shouldn't end up with no corrosion. As many of you guys know, it's a common problem on E60, but I'm really, really happy. That's tidied all that side up now on the car as well. And now this is the passenger side mirror as well. This is the other one that I actually replaced, so you guys can see I actually replaced them as a set. You can see here there's no corrosion, no bubbling, no nothing on them. Like I said, I was very, very surprised when I found them. I was searching for weeks and I ended up finding them. The guy just put them up because he was breaking his E60, and so I managed to find them, source them, and that was it. 45 quid for the two, I couldn't really argue with it. And that's it. Now it's made the car look a lot more cleaner on the outside as well. Like I said, I've been very, very busy tidying up everything on this car. And obviously I'm still going over a few minor details. I'm probably gonna tidy up every other stone chip on the bonnet, get all that prepared, you know, sort out everything. I've still got to polish it, use cutting compound as well. Try and get as much dirt and grime off this car where it's been sitting and completely tidy it up. As you can see all around here, we do have a load of stone chips. Now, I am gonna address that, but obviously I'm not gonna go and get a complete full respray on it, because even a lot of people are saying to me, keep it original. Don't start getting repainted, trying to make it look pristine, brand new, because it's not that type of car. I could get it resprayed. It ain't gonna be expensive to have it done at all. I can easily strip it all out and get it to a body shop so they wouldn't have to, all they'd have to do is the painting. But in real terms, I would rather keep it original, its original look. Obviously I've done the LC upgrade. I'm just gonna touch up all these stone chips with like a touch-up paint and then polish it all in, blend it all in, use the lacquer, and you won't even notice. I'll just go over it very, very finely, detailing every little stone chip, you know, doing it properly so then you won't see it, and trying to address all the stone chips on the bonnet, because this is about the only thing I really need to do. Obviously it is a high mileage car. It's on 173,000 miles. It's been on the motorway in a lot for all its life, especially in the last 4 years that I've owned it. It's always covered motorway mileage, so this is why it's got a load of stone chips on it, which is to be expected. Obviously I am going to address all that, because it's not going to sit on the motorway all its life anymore. It's just going to be used for really running local and running around to go and get parts or whatever else. So I really want to get this back on the road and use it again. And if I'm honest with you, that's one of the reasons why I sold the M5, because when I get this back on the road, I'm not going to use the M5. I'm going to end up using this. And I know it, a lot of you will probably be in shock if I'm thinking, wow, that's a V10 compared to the M52. And you're right, but as I told many of you before, this car holds a special place in my heart. The M5 was an achievement car. This car was with me even before YouTube, and this car is very sentimental to me. So restoring it and getting this pristine is like a major factor for me in trying to get it to what I want it to be, and being able to drive it again and be proud of it is another thing I really want to do. Like I say, I've done the LCI upgrade. Car looks phenomenal now. All the lights work, everything's perfect on it. We've just got to get the paint and the stone chips corrected and just finish little minor bits, guys. But that's the E60, guys. It's nearly there. Okay, guys, so as you've seen there, I've now shown you all the bits I've actually done on the black BMW E60. As I said to you, there is some still minor things I've got to go over, like polishing it, using the cutting compound, detailing it, shining it all up, you know, doing the stone chips, other little minor things. I've got to completely detail the whole interior, because where it's been sitting, and obviously it hasn't really been cleaned since it's been sitting, so I need to clean it thoroughly out of the interior. I'm gonna have to get probably someone to come and help me do that, probably my wife or a friend or something like that, because it needs a major clean. Seats out, hoovered out everywhere, complete clean up inside that car. Get that all done, and to be honest, then I want to take it for MOT. I need to get it tracked as well, because the tracking's out, which is to be expected, because I changed all the control arms and the tie rods. Then get that done, get it MOT'd, and get this baby back on the road, because I'm looking forward to really, really driving it, especially now. Gearbox fluid's been changed, we replaced all the hoses, replaced the oil. We've done so much to the point I can't even remember power steering fluid. Everything's been done on it, and I'm just looking forward to getting it back on the road and actually driving this car, because as I said to you, this car means a lot to me. It's very sentimental to me, and yes, I want to be driving this over my E60 M5. When I had the M5, I was still driving this. Me and my wife would always drive this one over the M5, because this car, as I told you, has a special place for me, and this is the car I've chose to restore. Yes, I know to other people it don't mean nothing, it's worth nothing. It's only worth probably about 3 grand. As I said to you, for me, it's worth a lot more than that. And that's why I'm putting the time, effort and the money into it. Yes, I could go and buy another one for the price, but I don't want to. I want this one. And I'm very proud of how I'm making this car come out now. So thank you very much for watching, guys. And thank you guys for always supporting me, and especially with the C60 build. And as I said, this will probably be the last time you'll see it for at least now, for quite a few months. And when you do see it next, it will be MOT'd, it will be back on the road, and I'll probably do a complete driving video showing you how this car actually drives, and you'll get to see it in all its glory. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It's BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.